LUN 17302. It is a trial of a hypomethylating agent known as guadocytabine in combination with platinum in people with relapsed small cell lung cancer. Small cell lung cancer is a really difficult disease. 70% of people, when they get diagnosed, they have what we call extensive stage, so it's already metastasized. And it's really one of those diseases where few advances have been achieved in the last few decades. Guadocytabine, to kind of simplify it, is what we would call a hypomethylating agent. Cancer is a very tricky disease, and certain DNA islands in cancer can be hypermethylated. And if you overmethylate something, if you overmethylate a gene, then you silence it. And unfortunately, some of those genes that are getting silenced in cancer are genes that are called tumor suppressor genes. So the goal of them is to suppress tumor. So if you silence a gene that is supposed to suppress tumor, you lose the ability to suppress cancer. So this drug guadocytabine does the opposite. It hypomethylates the DNA, and through that, you're basically activating genes that shouldn't be silenced. The first time we treat small cell, when it's diagnosed, we give people a combination of platinum with another drug, most commonly etoposide, and then people shortly thereafter have more disease growth. And at that time, we can give them any chemo drug that we want. Basically, there's a number of drugs that have some activity. The activity is really low, and most of those drugs just don't work. What we are trying to do on this study is actually retreat them with platinum, but combine it with guadocytabine, the drug that hypomethylates DNA, and assess whether we are potentially able to make the cancer sensitive again to platinum. On this trial, we actually designed it in a way where we start with the agent, then give the platinum. And that was intentional because our theory is that some of those agents make you open up your DNA, and then you get more platinum lesions on the DNA, and that might be one of the reasons why you respond better, or now suddenly you're responding to platinum when you weren't before. This trial also is not one that you could do at a single institution, because small cell lung cancer is just, right nowadays it accounts for probably 13 to 15% of all lung cancers. So small cell trials are usually ones that we accrue to because there's a great need in the community, but you are far more likely and more successful to do a trial and learn things in real time if it's done through multiple sites.
The purpose of this study is to test any good and bad effects of using guadocytabine in combination with carboplatin in patients with extensive stage small cell lung cancer. This study will allow researchers to know whether this different approach is better, the same, or worse than the usual approach to treating this type of cancer. Cancer cells can become resistant to cancer drugs such as chemotherapy or immunotherapies. Sometimes cancer cells turn genes off in order to hide from the immune system. One way cancer cells do this is by a process called methylation. Drugs called hypomethylating agents can help turn genes back on. Guadocytabine is a hypomethylating agent that may help turn certain immune signals back on. Carboplatin is approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to treat lung cancer. Guadocytabine in combination with carboplatin is not FDA approved and should be considered investigational. In this study, all participants will receive the same treatment. The treatment is administered in cycles. Each cycle lasts 28 days. The study has 4 cycles. Participants will receive guadocytabine as a subcutaneous injection on days 1 through 5 of each cycle, and carboplatin by intravenous infusion on day 5 of each cycle. About 34 people will take part in this study. You may be eligible for the study if you have extensive stage small cell lung cancer and you received first-line therapy with platinum-based chemotherapy. There are other criteria that must be met to enroll in the study. Talk to your doctor to learn more. To learn more about this study, visit HoosierCancer.org and choose Current Trials from the Clinical Trials Navigation tab.